Good morning guys and welcome to my channel Mind Your Math. Today I am going to talk about the number of sums that a student needs to do to level up that maths game. Now, whether you like it or not, maths is a very important subject. Actually, at the school level, it is considered to be the most important subject, not just by the students but by teachers, by parents, by your whoever you meet. The first question they ask is how much did you get in your math paper. So somehow the importance of maths has been ingrained in us from the very beginning. So always the students are trying to ace up their game in math. How many more sums should I do, which book should I refer to, which question paper should I look at, how many papers should I do, etc, etc. So today let us start with the basic, the number of sums you need to do in a day, or let us say the amount of time and how to utilize that particular time every single day in order to improve your mathematics. So before I proceed further, let me tell you that this particular assessment of the number of sums is roughly meant for the students from 8th up to 10th, or maximum we can say from 7th up to 10th. See, beyond 10th standard, it's a totally different ball game. So 11th and 12th, you're so busy with your entrance examinations, your lab, your theory, etc, etc. See, that part I cannot even comment. How much ever time you spend on each subject, it is never enough. So I am talking about mathematics at the school level, which is where we actually get the foundation for math. And it is very important that the concepts are clear to you before you start your grade 11 and 12. So even if there are students who are watching this video who have no interest in maths and have already decided that no, I am not going to pursue science at all, which involve mathematics obviously, even for those students, it is always better to get your concept clear, because anyway, you will have to write the examination. So it is always nice if you get good mark in the examination, whether you are going to continue with math or not. Below grade 6, they are still at a very young age, wherein, if I say that this many hours you have to spend for mathematics, 50% or 60% of the students actually find it a little difficult. So that for the smaller kids, I will be uploading a different video later. So, but this is roughly for the students from grade 7th to grade 10th. Okay. Now, if you are a math student, you must have already asked your teachers, so multiple times maybe, that how many sums do you should be doing in a particular day. And I'm assuming the number should be around 20 to 30. So the teachers always give us a number, 30 sums in a day or 20 sums in a day, or do one thing, do this worksheet, finish this reference book. So what they do is that in a class of 40 to 45 students, sometimes it becomes difficult to give individual information or individual advice to the students as to what they should be doing or what kind of sums they should be doing. So when suppose I am a below average student who is getting around 20 to 25 mark in a 50 mark paper, okay, and I have got a reference book like R.D. Sharma with me. So I am a grade 10 student who is a below average student, and I have a reference book of R.D. Sharma, and the teacher says you have to do around 30 to 35 sums or 25 to 30 sums in a day. I am really going to hate maths. I am really going to struggle with that kind of sums. 30 sums of R.D. Sharma in a day is going to blow your head off totally. So when you are deciding how many sums you should be doing in a day, how much of time you should be spending in maths, there are certain factors that you need to take into account before you arrive at a particular number. And those factors are current level and goals, the type of sums, your schedule, your personal schedule, daily schedule, and the time that you can allot for studying maths, your concentration span, and how to approach the sums. I mean, how do you actually learn how to do maths? These factors have to be kept in mind when you are deciding the time that you are allotting for maths on a daily basis and the number of sums that you should be scheduling to do in a single day. Let me talk about the first one, your level and the goals. Your level is something that you decide from the mark that you are getting and what you personally feel about the particular topic or the particular portions that have come for the examination. Now, you know that whenever you are given an examination, suppose as I told you, let it be a 50 mark paper and the teacher will give you the highest grade. The teacher might tell you the lowest grade in the class, and the teacher also will tell you the average mark. So you know where you stand. You are a below average student, an average student, above average, or you are one of the toppers in the class. So that gives your level. Okay. Now, from here, where do you want to move to? From a below average student, do you want to be an above average student? Do you want to stay the average level, or do you want to excel? Suppose you are a below average student who want to excel, become the topper in the class. Let us be very practical and realistic about this. Immediate jump from a below average case to an excellent student is not possible. I am not telling that transition is not possible. I am telling you the immediate transition is not possible. So from a below average level, you first need to move to an average or an above average level before you excel in mathematics. So accordingly, you need to allow the time required to make this transition from below average to the excellent level. Now, most of the students, when they start from this particular level, they are bombarded with sums. So what they do is that when they are actually, they want to work hard, they take out all the reference book possible. They try to do extremely tough sums without really understanding the concept. And what happens is that when they write the next examination, they cannot be even at this level. Sometimes their mark goes even lesser than that. The reason being, at this particular level, your conceptual understanding is extremely bad. So I am really sorry to say this. So when a below average student writes a paper, see, suppose there are 5 chapters in an examination, they will be good in 2 chapters, but the remaining 3 chapters, their concept is pretty sketchy. It is not very thorough. So what happens is that instead of getting their conceptual understanding thorough, they end up doing extremely tough sums in an attempt to bridge this distance. So let us be very realistic, assess your level. So the last 3 examinations, take an average of it and then decide your level. One examination is not going to decide your current level. Take last 3 examinations, don't take a class test. Take last 3 major examinations and decide your current level. From there, you decide your goal. Where do you want to reach? An average student might be wanting to become an above average student. An average student might be wanting to become an excellent student. But he needs to understand that there is a small stop in between, which is the above average. So first, he needs to make the jump from average to here and to an excellent student. Okay? So guys, I have written here the major points, or the major stops when you are making the transition to be an excellent student. Below average, then you move on to average, then to above average, and then to the topper. And then the topper can again try hard in order to appear for competitive examinations. It is basically like the learning of math never stops. Okay, so now you need to be very realistic when you are, planning to do something like this, because this part takes a lot more time than this part. So let us say when I'm roughly dividing it over here, the transition till the above average from whichever level that you are in, it is going to take more time. So which means that you need to spend more time than the students. It is a very understandable thing because this batch of students already have a very thorough understanding of the concept. All that they need to do is work on the sums, and even if they have a doubt in the concept, it is hardly in 1 or 2 concepts. This is what I have seen, from so many years of teaching. These people, they understand the concept, they take the effort to understand the concept before they start applying it to the sums. Okay, but here you need to get the concept also clear, apply to the basic sums before you move on to further sums. So if you have a friend who is spending around 45 minutes to 1 hour in maths daily, and you are struggling over here with 1 to 2 hours of mathematics but still not getting result, there's no point in complaining, because you need to understand that the level of mathematics that a person is in has not come in the last 1 week or 1 month. It has evolved over the years, and that person, whoever it is, might be at a higher level of mathematics than you are in. So first rule, please stop comparing yourself with your friends, your classmates, your neighbors, whoever it is. It doesn't work. Your understanding of certain things might be much better than somebody else's understanding. all that you need to do is put slightly more effort than these guys are putting. One more thing that you need to remember is that if you start studying today and next week you have an examination or a class test, please do not expect immediate result unless the test is based on one chapter, because see, you have a lot to catch up on. Now it is not very easy to catch up so much of portions in 1 week. So be patient about it and work consistently, and definitely you can ace up your math game. And because I have really seen students struggling really hard from this particular level and reaching this level.